So number 2, engaging. All right, engaging prospects with personalized content, but more important, targeted content. So as a great example, so one of our customers, Fontbonne University, they've got a really cool program. So think back to the college days, or even more so, the late high school days when you're a junior, senior in high school, and what started happening then. Now for some of you that meant like C-scrolls coming. For others of us, it was the mail that came, by Pony or whatever. I'm aging a few of you out there. What actually Fontbonne has started to do, is, and I think back, I was blessed in that I had a pretty good ACT score. So I made it on lots of people's radars. And literally my senior year, we put a cardboard box underneath the phone. Because in the mail, you would get the mail like this. And my mom and dad would bring it in and drop it on the table. And I like that one, nope. I like that one, nope. And that's how I would go through the mail. But they had no idea really what I liked, what I was interested in. All they knew was I had an ACT score and that my name was Pat. And in fact, Pat was guy or girl, so I got some Miss Pat Hans and some Mr. Pat Hans, for that matter. The misses, by the way, went in the junk pile. But personalization, so what Fontbonne actually started to do is on their website, students or parents of students who are interested in their programs can go to their page and fill out some basic information. Here's my name, here's my high school, here's my anticipated graduation date, phone number, some of that sort of stuff. And what the most important part of this is they start to ask them, what kinds of programs are you interested in? What 1 or 2 or 3 of the degree programs that we offer, and what 1 or 2 or 3 of the extracurricular programs that we offer are you interested in? Now here's what happens. So that information gathers and it feeds into their system. And now sitting in MarketVolt is this email. Now the fun thing about this email is it actually goes probably down to about the first floor of this building, if you actually looked at it in scale. It has every single one of those program majors and every single one of those extracurriculars is all listed in this email. Now we've got a cool little tool called Dynamic Content, and it does this. As that information goes from their system into MarketVolt automatically every night, it brings that information over and it says, so this student that was interested, they're looking at business or political science or perhaps marketing. Those are the 3 different programs. And they're interested in student government and Greek life and perhaps athletics. So what happens is the email transforms itself. Now, Sarah has heard this joke, but I'm going to pull it out because it's one of my favorites. Not as cool as Optimus Prime or Bumblebee. It's not that kind of a transformer. Come on, there's like one good joke this whole thing. You have to laugh. Thank you. This is on video. You guys are killing me here. But what you don't laugh because you've heard it. So what happens though is that this email sends targeted information to that prospective student around the things that they're interested in. So those of you, put your hand up again if you do emails right now. If you send out email marketing pieces, newsletters, whatever. How many of you send everything to everybody every time? How many of you, when you hit send, you just send it to your broad prospect or client list? Okay? So what you're doing is you're saying, here it is. I hope you like it. Not I think you like it or I know you like it, but I hope so. I hope you find something in there that you like. And next month, here's another one. So we're just kind of throwing darts, closing our eyes and chucking them up there and seeing what happens. Okay? Because we're not doing targeted content. So the key to this is prospects will engage with you and ultimately convert to customers if your content is relevant to them and their interests, online, in social media, and in your email. Yes, ma'am.
So Pat, would another example of this personalized opt-in or content be like with the St. Louis Business Journal, where they ask you to check the box as to which things you're interested in to get a week, like Tech Flash?
Precisely. So what they're doing is instead of just saying, so what she's talking about is that for those who don't know or haven't seen, so with the Business Journal, they have a number of different digital releases that they put out there. Some of them come out daily, some of them come out weekly, and they're on a variety of different topics. Some are tech, some are business, some are entrepreneurial. They're all over the place. That's exactly what we're talking about. Because instead of just simply saying, sign up for my newsletter, and we're just going to kind of go, and whatever we want to talk about today is just going to go out there, by targeting and putting that precise information out there, it means that people are getting stuff that they want, that they're more likely to open because it's interesting and topical to them, and they're more likely to engage with it, which in their space means that folks are probably going to see the stuff that they're interested in and then follow up with or see those emails and actually click on some of the advertisers that are in there, or become a subscriber.
And one time they sent me an email saying you haven't opened emails from this one for a long time.
So you're not want it anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's asking people to opt out, and it's really funny because I've had that conversation with people probably 5 times in the last 2 weeks. You know, there was this great article that I read a couple months ago that the headline, which sort of caught my attention, was "Great job on growing your list. Now ask people to opt out." Yeah. Wait, what? What are you talking? Well, because as you're growing that list and that database, there are people that become stagnant. There are people that are no longer interested. And what you would ultimately rather have is a smaller engaged group than a larger disengaged group.
Advice on how to keep your emails from going into spam or something. Is there possibly, I hope I'm not getting ahead of this, but
no, you're fine. You're fine.
So possibly are there hyperlinks or something that I'm sending out that might trigger that to keep folks they'll be in their inbox and not in their spam?
Sarah's waiting to see how I answer this one.
It's our favorite question.
It is our second. Well, it's the second most often asked question that we probably get, other than how often should people. Well, actually, then we get the how often should I send it. There are some things that you can do, and there's some things that you can't do. The nice thing is, and actually, ironically, the answer to that question more and more now is actually this than anything else. So there are some things that are completely out of your control, and that's things that the email marketing platforms like the MarketVolt and other tools out there control themselves. And the ones that are good, the ones that are doing their job, will manage that part of it to make sure that those emails are at least doing the parts that they need to be doing. It used to be, back in the day, all capital letters put you in spam. Too many exclamation points put you in spam. The word Viagra or Russian women put you in spam. Okay? I think that actually still happens based on my spam folder. Especially all capital letters that say Viagra will put you in spam. Anymore, the algorithms have started to change. So the different server tools have had to start getting smarter because the spammers have gotten smarter. You know, for a little while there, if it was an image-only mailing, it went to spam because the words that the spam filters were looking for, they decided that the spammers decided, well, if I put in a picture, it can't read it. So I'll just put a picture in there. So then the spam filters went, well, if it's just a picture, then we're going to make it, you know, it's garbage then. Well, it's sort of technology has caught up on a lot of that sort of stuff. But now what a lot of it looks at is things like engagement. And so that's where you as a sender have way more control now. Based on what you're sending, how people are engaging, if they're clicking, if they're opening. And it's a very loose thing. Also, we don't really know what the algorithm says. You know, I mean, I guess if you're Google and somebody over there knows the algorithm, but based on what we see, what's happening is so let's say you send an email to 100 people that are at Yahoo, and 90 of those people never open that message, and some of those mark it as spam. The next mailing that you send to the people at Yahoo, there's a tick higher chance or probability that it's going to go to spam.
And this is an answer to Bob's question too.
To some degree, yeah, to some degree. So, you know, but if 90 people all open it and a lot of those people click on it, the next time we send an email to those 100 people, there's a higher probability that you get the thumbs up instead of the thumbs down. Now, keep in mind, the thumbs up and thumbs down is only a piece of the entire algorithm. There are other things that get to judge along the whole process there, but that is part of it. And the fun part that gets involved here now too is not only is it what the whole group did, but what I individually did with that email. Did I open it or click on it? Well, then I get an extra little thumbs up. Or if I didn't or deleted it without opening it, I get a little extra thumbs down for me versus everybody that's at Yahoo. So that's where this part of all of it is something that becomes a huge piece of what's happening with your emails. Because if you're putting content out there that's engaging, that's targeted, that people are interested in, guess what? They're going to open.